Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So in this session, we mainly try to share some basic informations related to meditation practice. So if you're interested to develop your spiritual practice with meditation, you may find some basic information related to that. So let me get connected the network and we're ready to start the session for today. So you can be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear with the practice we do here. Because when it comes to meditation, there are many meditation techniques, methods people practice. But we have to look into the deeper ourselves and recognize and become very clear again and again for us regarding the technique and the practice we do, and understand how it can bring us a good result. Because when it comes to life, if you ask from any person, that from a child to teenager, young, adult, elder, person ready to die, it's kind of like what make more comfortable in life. And how the life become better, it always come with the answer, finding the meaning. So having a meaningful life, bringing the satisfaction. So what is this meaningful life? If you think about just yourself, and by the time what will happen, oh, this is me, I am, as a result of that, you're going to accumulate a lot of things. That is what happened when the self-centered mind becomes strong. You accumulate. So when you look into the very nature of the universe, that it is full of dust. So this dust, in a journey with the gravity, and this gravity has ability to bring things together. So when the things come together, what happens? It is start to create some kind of energy to invite more and more and more same kind of things. So when you come to this body, as you know, this each and every cell and organs, body parts has a different way of behavior. So once you hold it to this system as one, I am, it start to accumulate, invite the same kind of things towards you. What are these all? Heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So then what happens? We start to bring more and more and more things around us, a lot of stuff. And around you, a lot of stuff, your room, a lot of stuff, and your house, and no, it may be not enough your house. And then you buy a storage and a lot of boxes everywhere. And sometimes you give some boxes to your friends to keep. Everywhere your things. That's the very nature of accumulation. And it comes out of the self-centered mind. So when it comes to the very meaning of life, and you bringing the ability to connect to something, more higher purpose, it can be more better people and the higher environment, and maybe a purpose, or maybe a service, or maybe kind of like a higher value. So like that you connect to something more better than you or more higher than you. So that is bring a meaning to life. When you don't have that connection, what we do, what we say meaningless life. And another way we call it purposeless life. He has no purpose. She has no purpose. So that means then it is the very foundation of the growth, the finding and having a connection towards something higher. So when it comes to us, that's why we have the connection to the highest, which we call the Nibbana. or the liberation or the transformation. And before we go into that, we can bring it to our day-to-day life, that transformation in a very small way. So that what we call becoming wiser. So this is the very building blocks of the wisdom path. The wisdom path is the very oldest path in the world. All the entire human civilizations, and each and everybody somehow get connected to in different direction from different religions, or the through many methods. So here we get connected to that wisdom path. But at the same time, when it comes to that, the very nature of the traveler, or the another way we call more than the traveler, in the wisdom path, whoever walk, we call it seeker, yogi. The seeker is the better word. And the seekers has a one quality: to enter and bring the ability to go in this wisdom path. So that ability is question, asking question, look into. Because when it comes to that, there are cultures, there are traditions, and it encourages people to memorize and repeat things. They encourage people to memorize and repeat. And there are some cultures, traditions, religions, believing systems discourage people to ask questions. Remember, in any human society, or even in the person or the family, or in a society, or in any civilization, if in any religion, if they discourage the seeker to ask question, you can't walk in this wisdom path. You can't go in this path. So if you more into memorize and repeat, if you not allow ask questions, so then you have to remember, it is very difficult for you to find the higher connection to your life, or the bring a meaning to your life. So when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, that's why when you look the early Buddhism, during the very first 20 years during Buddha's time, that everyone had opportunity to ask questions from Buddha. And no one interfered, no one mediator, no one in the middle. That is something. They had the ability to directly go to the Buddha. Not someone in the middle. So nowadays, this is the very dangerous things. For anywhere, for anything. You know, you have no ability to go into that. And sometimes we ourselves, you know, we have no courage even go to, and that's why sometimes we use someone to ask question, maybe. Or you ask. you know. And even in a family, sometimes with the husband, wife, children, friends, and family. And sometimes we don't have courage to ask questions. You know, if you don't have the courage to ask questions, even in a family, remember, there is something wrong. If you as husband, wife, you can't ask a question, or if with the parents and children, you can't ask a question, there is some fear, some misunderstanding, some unbalance. So if the connection is more strong, you are capable to ask questions. So in the wisdom path, the same. You know, when you look for higher purpose, the same. Whatever the path you walk. So remember, so anywhere you go, to any teacher or any religion, remember that is the very key, the very fundamental quality of this nature of the wisdom. So what is this wisdom means? That so in a very conventional level, what is this wise mean? So when we say in any religion, you know, in any spiritual path, in any society, sometimes we say wise people. So he is so wise, she is so wise. So what is the nature of this being wise? Because once you know that in day-to-day life, you can get the meaning to that, you can connect it to that. So there are few qualities when it comes to wisdom path, to be wise. When you become wise through that character, that other people that can recognize. So wise people know themselves. So that is one quality they have. When they become wise, they know themselves. So then when you know yourself, you have to remember you walk in this wisdom path, and your journey going to become more successful when you know yourself. So then, so whatever the practice you do should bring that quality to yourself. So then now it is your responsibility to understand, in case whatever the practice maybe you go to a guru or the monk or the teacher or the temple or any place, you know, very famous. And a lot of people go there. And so you also go, and now you know the measurement. Look, is that practice allow you to know yourself? Or is that practice discourage you to ask questions or encourage you to ask questions? So knowing yourself is one thing. And other one is having the emotional balance. Emotional balance is called equanimity. When things go up and down, still you find the balance. When the things go up, everything good, you go crazy. When everything bad, you go crazy. When nothing happens, you go crazy. You know? So that is not like that. You know, when the things go up and down, you find equanimity. You keep that emotional balance. So in the conventional life, to become wise, so that then whatever the practice you do, remember, should bring that quality to yourself rather than agitating or igniting. You are inviting your deeper emotions to react. You have that all the practice should bring the balance. So that is one thing. Now, two qualities. One is knowing yourself. Another one is having the emotional balance, which we call the equanimity. And another thing is, this is very important. Having open mind and openness and being concerned regarding other living beings, not only the human. So that is something. It's bringing a kind of like a connection. So you rather than disconnecting from people, separating from the living beings, you become more open. And not only more open, you become more concerned regarding them. Compassion, empathy. So those kind of qualities you develop through that. So then remember, in any religion, whatever the path you walk, whatever the book you read, whatever the teachings you gain, it doesn't matter. Forget about, don't caught up in this marketing world with the kind of like a followers or the famous, having higher rates, those are, you can buy now. So remember this, keep this, that the measurement in you, wherever you go from tomorrow, and whatever the people you meet, because day by day, this spirituality become more, very famous, and it has a bigger market now. So then you have to find the right path out of this. So nothing wrong with anything, but it is your responsibility to find the right path to walk. So then keep these qualities, remember these qualities. And other one is, when you become wise, when you develop the wisdom, you have ability to see beyond what is in front of your eyes. You are capable to see beyond this moment. That you are having the interconnection with the timeline, and you can see the cause and the effect. And when the situation, whatever in front of you, you are capable to understand how it came to that point, and not only that, you are capable to understand where it keep heading. So this is one of the qualities when you become wise. This is an ability that you gain out of the wisdom path. So then, whatever the teachings you practice, whatever the dharma you develop, it should not allow you to caught up, tangle, become very limited with the whatever the experience go through in the moment. You should know when it appears, when you experience things, you should know from where it's coming, the history of it. That's mean the beginning of it, and where it heading. And in the moment where you are, but at the same time you should know where it heading, what will happen, where it going to end up. So that's mean you going to go beyond this timeline, and deeply connected to the cause and effect. And that connection bring the wisdom to yourself, regarding what you go through or what you experience. And when you have that ability, you recognize it is not you. And even the thoughts, even that the whole other things, that whatever the thoughts that we experience, it is not you. It comes from somewhere and it keep heading towards something. Maybe you never saw that yet. Everyone the same. Everything the same. And sometimes when the moment, when the environment, the situation is so comfortable, we don't want to look into that. And we get lost in our own thoughts. We get lost in our environment. We get lost with our emotions. We get lost in our result in day-to-day life. And we get lost with the outcome sometimes. But when you are capable to see very clearly beyond that what in front of you, it's always have the clarity within yourself. So whatever the practice you do should bring that clarity to yourself. So that is another quality. So then remember, the first one, so you should have the connection, the meaning to your life, purpose to your life, that having connection bring the satisfaction, and that having connection give the ability for you to find the comfort, and it bring the growth, cultivation to yourself. So for that, in the society, in the culture, that whatever the things we help for us, the very first call that the ability should be and encourage you to ask question rather than discouraging, asking question, or rather than memorizing and repeating things, allowing you to be more open. Because when you have that open mind to question something, that's mean in this very moment you are interfering with your inner consciousness, your awareness. So that's the reason. And when it comes to wisdom path, when you become wise, there are few qualities should bring out of that the wisdom path that you walk. So the one of the thing is it should bring the ability to know yourself more better. More and more you know yourself. That is one thing. Another one is having the emotional balance, which you call equanimity. When the things go up and down, still you find the balance. So the next quality that should develop and becoming more open and being more concerned regarding all the living beings around you, compassion and empathy. And the next one, it should bring the ability for you rather than caught up, mesmerized, get lost in the moment. It should bring the ability for you to see beyond what in front of your eyes. You get out of the timeline. That means it should connect you to the cause and effect. So once you have that kind of qualities, you should remember whatever the practice you go through, it will bring the result to yourself and to become more and more and more better person, and your meaning, your purpose, your connection, your value, your service going to become more and more and more successful. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from the heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your back side. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavatacha sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribundissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vaham hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.